is totally anti-Christian in every possible way. This is the communist rules for revolution. For number one, you corrupt the young. Cover much more on that on video college class 103. Break down the moral virtues. Just incredible the way this is what they've done. Corrupt the young. Get them away from religion. Break down the moral virtues. Encourage a soft government attitude toward crime. You know, 3 strikes and you're out. How about 1 strike and you're out? Where's the victims' rights in all this? Divide the people into hostile groups. Get the people's minds off their government. Focus their attention on athletics. Get people more worried about, you know, soccer or football than what the government's doing. Did you know in 1896 there were 311 athletes in the Olympics? And 100 years later there were 13,000. There are probably people in this room that know more about the local sports team or the Green Bay Packers than you do about who's the senators from your state. Our minds are off our government, all right. Control all media, like CNN, the Communist News Network. Don't get me started on the media, okay? Destroy people's faith in their leaders, okay? Lenin said, those who cast the votes decide nothing. Those who count the votes decide everything. Interesting thinking. Who's programming these voting booths that are counting the votes, ballots by computers? Who's programming this computer? Go to vote scam on the internet. Just type in vote scam and see what you find, okay? Cause the registration of firearms so that you can eventually confiscate them. Gun control, communist idea. Lenin said one person with a gun can control 100 people without one. Imagine the scene. You're standing in a bank trying to cash a check. Somebody runs in there with a gun, pulls out a gun and says, everybody lay on the floor. So everybody lays on the floor. Now imagine this scene. Every citizen is armed. The guy runs in the bank. Lay on the floor. Everybody pulls out their gun. You lay on the floor while we all stomp on your head. Okay. Every dictator throughout history has wanted gun control. It's just a normal thing. You have to control the guns. Every dictator's wanted that. We cover much more on that in our college class 103 about the gun control. Gun control is not about guns. It's about control. Somebody sent me this button as a joke. Proudly unarmed. Would you wear this? What does this say to a criminal? Rob me. Isn't that what it says? At a very early age, Comrade Stalin went to a Christian school and he read Darwin's book and became an atheist. That's the book that changed Joseph Stalin's life forever. Joseph Stalin killed between 60 and 100 million of his own people. You should read anything by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, like the Archipelago Gulag, you know, the concentration camp. He spent 10 years in Stalin's concentration camps. One of my daughter-in-law is from Ukraine. I used to have 7 people on our staff from former Soviet countries. We know what they do over there. When Germany and Russia attacked Poland during World War II, Poland, you know, was just totally overwhelmed and no chance of survival in a situation like that. They captured all these Polish officers. They asked Stalin, what should we do with the officers? He said, oh, they're just Poles, execute them. They finally admitted it in 1992. The Russians finally admitted, yep, we killed 14,700 officers at the Katyn Forest. Massacred them. Why? Well, if you believe in evolution, you think you're superior because they're just inferior. You know, it's really best to wipe them out. It's like pulling weeds. It's all it is. Pol Pot, the leader of Cambodia during Cambodian reign of terror, killed 1/3 of his own population. I don't recommend you watch The Killing Fields. It's a pretty vile movie, but boy, it's pretty accurate. I mean, that's what they did. They killed people by the tens of thousands for any reason. When the communists took over China, they began killing Christians at a rate of 15,000 a month. Missionaries that were there reported, those that survived, that got out of China, said, you know, it was strange. When they came into our village, the communists came in, they didn't start teaching communism in the schools. The first thing they did in the schools was start teaching evolution. The communists know full well evolution is the foundation for communism.